Why do fathers get unfair trials when fighting for child custody? This is an important issue that many people do not see happen, and attention needs to be called to it. We are a nation of equality, and this is not being exercised with fathers trying to win custody. I am a mother of 3. My oldest daughter, Heather and Paisley, are my stepdaughters. Her dad and I had the worst time trying to win custody of the girls for reasons like gender bias. Robert Franklin, a member of the National Board of Directors and National Parent Organization, wrote an article titled "Study Showed Judicial Bias Against Dads" on July 16, 2015, that reads, "Nearly all attorneys, 94% of female attorneys, and 84% of female attorneys said that all judges exhibited prejudice against fathers at least some of the time. We need this injustice to stop. The problem of injustice in child custody cases need to be changed by having letters written to the injustice they've felt during trials to help men and women's equality." I remember taking more interest in how often these unfair trials happen after I supported my boyfriend in his custody case. It is important to realize when the law system is failing their people. The problem is that fathers are not getting a fair trial when fighting for child custody. Robert Franklin, a member of the National Board of Directors and National Parent Organization, wrote an article titled "Studies Show Judicial Bias Against Dads" on July 16, 2015, that reads, 69% of female attorneys had come to the conclusion that judges always often assume from the outset, before being presented with any evidence, that children belong with their mother. 40% of the female attorneys agreed with this assessment. It is important to treat every child as fair as possible and actually think about what's best for the child. Timothy Grall assembled a current population report for Census.gov in January 2016 titled "Custodial Mothers and Fathers and Their Child Support 2013. His report stated, in 2014, about 5 or every 6 custodial parents were mothers, 82.5%, and 1 of every 6 were fathers, 17.5%. Robert Franklin included in his article a review of appellate court decisions, led a team of psychology and law professors to conclude the maternal preferences is still the norm. When it comes down to letting others decide the next 18 years of your life, all you ask for is being given a fair trial. But quite often than not, only do fathers lose custody cases. Many websites have helped other states realize that times are changing and fathers' rights exist and should not be placed aside. All fathers need to write a letter to their governor informing them how they feel about judicial malpractice, to overwhelm the system and call attention to the problem. Judges need to continue their education because cultures and trends change, and this is something that is not being looked at. The way that judges were raised, and they don't see how life is changing, everything's evolving, and what was once seen as shameful is publicly accepted. Fathers feel like they do not receive a fair trial, should ask for a mistrial by judges that have received upgraded education. Regardless if you're a father or not, this still all comes together as equal rights between males and females. Place yourself in a situation where your child was unfair because of your gender. This problem can change the way your case goes if it is fixed. For one, gender bias does not only occur in a custodial trial. They occur in various cases. According to Jack Wolin, an award-winning writer who wrote an article titled 10 Examples of Gender Bias You May Encounter in the Workplace on May 7, 2015, listed examples that aim towards females' unequal pay and positional bias. Therefore, their problem affected both genders. In the court system, work environment, and anything that involves opposite sex in one situation. If this problem is called attention to and goes viral, this could be pushed to an even bigger deal and have equality through and through in any situation. After all, we are the nation and we vote on these conditions we want to live in. Promoting women's equality has been a thing for a while. For that reason, we should be informed and inform others of the unfair trials that males have to go through. Fathers should not have to prove to be a fit parent, no more than the mother does. These unfair trials need to stop. There is no way to solve this problem but to call attention to it. This is our country and we want equality and justice. No one wants to be a victim of an unfair trial. So help our peers, and we can benefit this, both female and male. My last words to you is, do you ever want to be a victim of gender bias or do you want fairness? Call attention to this matter, and if you know someone that had this issue, invite them to become a part of this movement. Thank you.